To Photoshop, and this instructional video tutorial will help you get through the first assignment. So you're going to want to watch this video and then follow along and practice, and then when the video's over, then you can move on and do assignment 1 on your own. And at any time you need to stop this video because you need longer to do a step, please make sure that you do so. So in this video, you're going to learn one of the basic things about Photoshop, and that is just how to resize an image. The first thing you need, of course, is an image to practice with. So if you will head out to Classroom, and you will see this at the top of your classwork feed, the Photoshop download files, that link right there. Take that to the Google Drive folder, where you will see a variety of folders there. We are practicing. So you are going to want to go into the practice folder. And for this particular practice, we are going to just download this number 1 resize file. So you just right click it and you download it. And we've done this many times before. And so that's the file that it's going to be. You probably should make your way to Finder once it gets downloaded. Look in the downloads folder. It's called One Resize. Right here. Okay, and then however you like to get it into your own folder. Now, if you don't have a folder, you might want to stop now and make yourself a Photoshop folder. Maybe call it practice. I'm just going to copy this file. And then my digital production folder is on my desktop. You go to where yours is. There's my Photoshop folder. I am going to make a practice folder. And then I'll have an assignments folder where I can put what I'm going to turn in, but this is just kind of a practice round. So there it is. So that's the one that I can use to learn how to resize images with. So I'm just going to close all those things up and head back to Photoshop. Again, pause the video if you need more time. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is take that file we just downloaded and you need to open it up. So over here on the left-hand side of your home screen of Photoshop, you're going to click open. And then you're probably going to have to navigate your way to where your Photoshop files are that you just downloaded. There's my practice folder that I just put it in. There's my One Resize. That's the one I want. And I open the file up, and there it is in Photoshop. Okay. Now don't let all the menus over here and across the top and the side throw you for anything. We'll get to quite a few of those. But for now, we're just focusing on one task, and that is how to resize a photo. So if you go to the image menu up here, so remember, this is window is not attached to that menu. So here's the Apple menu, here's Photoshop, File, Edit, Image. If you go to the image menu, you're going to come down to image size. Do not confuse that with canvas size, as those are two different things. We will learn what canvas size is, but right now we want image size. All right, so the image size box comes up here, and this is where you get a bunch of information about this photo. It tells you the size that it is, the dimensions. It's 1,800 pixels by 1,200 pixels. So that's about 18 inches by 12 inches. And so that's what it will tell you about this photo, all this information. If you wanted to not have it be an 18 by 12 picture, maybe you want it to be a picture that is 8 inches wide, you simply change the width to 8, and the height will automatically change, keeping the proportions of the picture. This little link over here, if you hover over it, it says do not constrain aspect ratio. Because it is checked, it will constrain it, the aspect ratio, and keep it proportional. So if I change this to a 6, you'll notice the height automatically then changes to keep this picture proportional. And that is because this is checked. So you can just type in the number you want for the width, and then the height will automatically readjust. Or you can do it the other way. Maybe you want a height of 7, and then the width will automatically change. So you can do that either way. You can also hover over the word width, get a double-headed arrow, and you can drag that left and or right, same thing on height. So let's change the width to whatever you have right now, to 8. We're going to keep it proportional by leaving it checked. Okay, so we're going to have a width of 8, a height of 5.3 inches. You're going to go ahead and click OK. And there you have now that same exact picture, the whole picture reduced down to a different size. Now I want you to do undo. I'm going to use the shortcut Command Z. If you don't like to use shortcuts, up here under the edit menu, there would be an undo command for you to use. Okay, let's try something else. Go back to the image menu. Once you get your picture back to its original size, come back down to image size. Okay, so we're back to the original 18 inches by 12 inches, and we kept that proportional. So what happens if you take this chain link that keeps the width and the height proportional? If you uncheck it, notice that those two little lines go away. Okay, that means they're not related anymore. So if you change this to a width of 6, you'll notice now the height does not change. So it's going to make your picture look kind of funny when you look at it. By the way, when you hover over here, you get a zoom if you ever would need that. So let's just see what actually, let's change the width to 4, leave the height at 12, click OK. So this is an example of what you don't want to do unless there's really a really good reason to do it. But it just allows you then to customize some of the sizes and widths of your pictures. And so that's how you change the size. Now, something moving forward with every assignment is that whenever you get done with the assignment, you have to save it. Let's save this under the File menu. Here's the Photoshop menu. Here's File. And again, you're going to get a lot of stuff in here, so just kind of go to where I'm pointing you to. Save as, not save a copy. We're going right to Save As. Okay? And we don't want to lose the original picture that we had, One Size. That was the name of the first one that we did. So let's click up here in that file name area, and then behind that, put your first and your last name. Okay? So it's going to be One Resize first last name. That way we don't lose the original. It'll still be a JPEG file, type of extension, type of file. There's nothing else there that you need to change. Just make sure you're in your practice folder. And then you simply go ahead and click Save. You'll probably get stopped by this box right here. We're just going to kind of let this go, leave whatever settings it actually comes up to, and go ahead and click OK. All right. And then if you do go back to Finder, I'm going to go this way, and you find your digital production folder. Again, yours may not be where mine is. There's my practice folder. So now I have the original one, and I have the one that I did to make it a different size. And when you do your assignments, you actually will be turning both the original and the one you resized in. So you want to make sure that you get your file names correct, because if you save over the top of it, then you got to go back and you have to download it. All right, that should let you now move on and complete assignment number 1.